All right, guys, let's jump into portfolios and careers and talk about stuff like that. And I'm gonna show you. Actually, this is the oldest portfolio that I could find, which is this one from 2010. And this was the portfolio that I sent out to the school in Italy, SPD, to that got me into car design. So it's kind of interesting to see what went into this. And when I look at it now, it's kind of fun, funny to see the layout and the projects that I put in here because I wasn't doing a lot of car automotive design related stuff when I was studying industrial design, obviously. And I think they kind of thought about that when they accepted my application in SPD because I added some. I just showed how much I loved sketching basically in this portfolio. So let's jump in. So this right here, let's see if we can get this page up. There we go. This is a digital camera that I did out of foam. While doing bachelor in industrial design, obviously. And you can see my sketches here. Look at these sketches. Let's see if we can zoom in. You see, they are not the most beautiful sketches you've seen. That's for sure. But still, I just wanted to visualize some concepts, and I think this was must have been the first year of college in industrial design, just trying to get a hang of everything and doing all these models, taking some old buttons right here from old cell phones and gluing them together to make this camera that you hold like this. So it was a fun project. Learned a lot about just using tools to create mock-ups like this. And this is another project that we had, is a toilet seat. Same thing here. You can see the. Let's see. Can I zoom with it? No. Let's do it like this. Sorry about that. So you can see here the sketches still. Not the best sketches, and I'm showing you this because I want to kind of show you that it's not everybody has been at the stage where they are not really good at what they're doing. But if you keep pushing, if you keep doing this every single day, for example, for me it's sketching, you will get better. The thing is to just not get discouraged and stop doing what you're doing. Because I remember when I sketched these, I thought they were great sketches. I just kept encouraging myself to get better. So that was another project that I put in this portfolio to send to car design. And then I had, so you can see that I have two different projects here, and then boom, I just jump into sketching and sketch my sketchbook. As I mentioned before, I think I mentioned it that back in these days, so this is from 2007 to 2010. Pretty much all I did was digital sketching. I just bought my Wacom tablet, and I went crazy like in Sketchbook. I loved it. It was so much fun. And I wasn't confident at all sketching by hand, so that's where I used Photoshop and Sketchbook to do this. And here's another page of just random sketches that I put together, kind of show that I want to get into car design, because that's where most of my sketches were about, like automotive designs. You can see this weird illustration here of a plane crashing or something like that, some motorcycles and stuff. And some more projects that we did with Nordic Gym. This was a neck training machine. You can see this dude right here. It looks buff. Super buff, dude. Look at this guy. He's gonna put his head in there and then just tilt his head and work out his neck. So that was a lot of fun. Did this mock-up in, I think it was Maya, because I used a lot of Maya. I like to do that. I don't like to use Alias because it's so limited to what you can do, and you need to do everything super proper. In Maya, you can just throw up some polygons and just model like clay and get whatever you want. I can't believe I actually made this model. Maybe I'm not sure if I did it or someone else did it. Anyway, we had a different project, another project for the city that the school was located in, which is in Sundsvall in Sweden. So they wanted to redesign the square of the center of the city with some buildings or some architecture And these are a few, concepts that I just threw up fast in, I think, probably Photoshop, to make it like an opera house or something similar to that, where they have like small pods where you can go in, and they have vendors in here, and then you have a big, centerpiece with these small vendor tents, or whatever you want to call it here. And I obviously used Google Maps to take these images and just sketch over that. And this is the same kind of idea, but here we went a little bit further, so we created a 3D model out of this. And I decided to put this in there because it just shows some architecture, point of view and design capabilities, I guess. I just wanted to show the how broad I could be when it comes to designing stuff. So I didn't, I had no idea what they wanted to see in the portfolio. I was applying to a master in car design, so I just thought I'm just gonna put everything in there, which is maybe not the best idea, and we're gonna go through that later on. I'm gonna show you the portfolio that I created after I graduated from masters in car design and how different that looks. This is the first portfolio that I ever put together to actually apply to something. And this is an eco-friendly trike. Look at that. We have an interior sketch here with some call-outs, and this model was a lot of fun to do. I created it in Maya as well and rendered it in Keyshot, created some cool lights, and went over it with Photoshop just to create some lighting effects, and just polish up the render itself so it doesn't look too artificial, I guess. And this is like a typical industrial design project, I would say. It's a screwdriver. We had the tests people, so we had 5 different people come in and test the different designs that we had. And here are some of my sketches from this. These are actually Bic and marker sketches. So I wanted to have an alien head, just take that head and make it into a screwdriver shape like that, because why not? I mean, it works. So that was a lot of fun. Then we had, I don't know why it keeps jumping like this. It's crazy. I'm just gonna zoom out, I guess. And then we did mock-ups in foam, kind of the lightest foam that you can have. So it's very easy to shape. In the beginning, you don't want when you want to come up with several designs fast, you want to use the low dense foam so you can get shapes out quickly. But I have to be honest with you, all of this time when I was doing this, these classic industrial design projects, the only part that I really loved to do, I guess you can guess which part that was. It's obviously the first step, which is sketching. So already here, all I was focusing on to really improve myself was in the sketching part. I really didn't care about the rest. I didn't care about the 3D modeling. I didn't care about the testing or the results or whatever. That's not something I was passionate about. But at this point, I kind of thought to myself, well, this is what you have to do if you want to work as an industrial designer. So I just did it because I had to do it, basically. This is a headphone project that I did for, I think just for fun, actually. Just sketched up some concepts here in the sketchbook. This was done in Photoshop, I remember that. And this right here is a, I guess, United Nations vehicle. I did this with a friend of mine. I remember he's in San Francisco now. We did this together, so we came up with a few side views. These are my sketches in Photoshop and also my renders. I just added some texture to this render in Photoshop. Same thing here, it's a weird looking car. You can see that the 3D model is not the best one, so my approach was to quickly come up with a 3D model in Maya. Not perfect at all, and whatever problems there was in the model, I would just go over it and fix it in Photoshop. Kind of lazy approach, but you know me, I don't have patience to sit around and just perfectly model an alias Audi R8 with the, each single individual LED in the headlights. That's just not, I just can't do it because I don't have the patience for it. I want to get to the sketching part as soon as possible. These are also concept art. You can see it was from 2009, so this is before car design in Italy. I created these Lambo models in Maya as well. I had a lot of fun doing this, and the windows and all of these lights and what's it called, air intakes are all painted on this model. So these rear lights as well. Just took some. Sometimes I took images, like I cropped some part of a car and just pasted it on here and created some cool looking concepts. Same thing with this one, an Audi R10. I think I named this car. Same thing here, just copied some. I think this is from an R8 rear, and then I just modified it to fit whatever model I was trying to design here. And I have a few of these because I added these because, you know, I was applying for car design, so I wanted to show some car related stuff too. And not just industrial design, which I've been doing for 3 years in college. So all of these car design projects I did after I was done, you know, with the daily project I had for school. And then at night, I would model these cars and shapes and create these images to just put in the portfolio. And then all of a sudden, then you have the final page here, which is a presentation of what I've done, and I can't remember what I put in here. Basically, just a summary of who I am, what I like to do, I guess, some languages, skills, education. You can see for yourself achievements, website, and contact and stuff like that. So this was I just wanted to show you this because this is the actual portfolio that they accepted me into car design, and I'm kind of, I don't know what they were looking for. I can't answer that, unfortunately. If you're interested in that, you kind of have to contact the school themselves and just ask them, what are you looking for in my portfolio? That's probably something I should have done myself, but I mean, it went well anyway. So what I'm gonna do now is show you the portfolio that was created after I graduated from a master's in car design.